Hey there, you have found the bonus for episode 3 of Inner Business. Well done, you. You are about to watch me, Selena Woodward, coach Tania from the Seasonal Bunch through the entire process of setting up Google My Business. So if you are ready, get this video in one tab, get another tab open or window open, and follow along as we take about 10 minutes to set it all up. You'll be surprised how easy it is. And then a little longer as I answer all of Tania's questions. If you have any more questions, make sure to comment below and I will do my best to get back to you. Right, okay, so you're logged in as the Seasonal Bunch at Gmail, which is awesome. And it's really good that you have a separate Gmail account for your business because then it's separated, it's got the right words in it. Google will eat that up with a big spoon. So show me where you got to. Do you know how to get to Google My Business?
No, I don't know. I don't know how to get to Google Business from here.
All right, just the easiest thing to do is in that search box, just type Google My Business.
Google My Business. .com login.
Yeah, try that one. It's not
That
that's
one?
not that's not the URL, but it'll work. Oh, there you go.
Google
Bing
My
brought you the
Business.
right one. Thanks, Bing. Yeah, Google My Business. Perfect. Here we
Okay.
go. So then hit sign in, which is where up there, yeah. And it will go, oh yeah, it's you. There we go. So simple as this now. You've logged in, so it should be as easy as following the bouncing ball. So pop your business name in, the Seasonal Bunch. They knew this would be easy.
With spaces?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, create a business with this name and then go continue. So now you need to choose your type of business. So we've got online retail, local store, or service business. So how does this resonate with you? What do you feel your floristry business is? And you can select all that apply.
Well, I guess it's definitely online retail for when I start doing delivery service.
Yeah, so I definitely tick that one.
Okay. Now, in terms of on a local store, well, it's a pop-up shop from home, so it's not actually a retail real estate. It's my home address,
Okay.
my home.
Well, let's try it. I still
So,
think you want local store in there.
okay.
Because it is.
Okay.
It is a store. It is local. It's just at a residential address. Okay. Then we hit,
Yeah.
are you a service business? You don't make visits to customers, do you?
Make visits to customers. No consultations would be the only thing that's, I guess, part of that service, but probably not.
Okay. All right.
Well, unless you think it's different.
Well, I'm just wondering about deliveries of flowers.
Yeah. Well, what's the harm in ticking it?
There isn't. Do it. You can always change it. I would go for it. So one of the questions you've got to think about is like, how are your customers? What are they looking for? So these 3 categories, someone might want to come to you and physically visit you, and that's your Google Maps stuff. Somebody might want you to come visit them and do a consultation or deliver some flowers. And you've got your online store eventually where they'll be able to just order online and all the magic will happen. Yeah. So yeah, I think that works. All right. So hit next. Okay, so this is where you put the URL for your website.
All right.
That's okay. So here's your website, the Seasonal Bunch. So you can copy that URL and chuck that into that Google Doobry, to the box on Google. There you go.
Yeah.
And then hit next. So far, so good.
Okay.
All right. So this is the fun part. It's easy for you. What is your business category?
Florist.
Dog sitting. Florist. So let's type in florist.
Oh, wow. That's so much easier than it used to be.
Done. Easy.
Next.
Yes. I know that you believe you bring joy with your flowers and it's all about celebration, but according to Google, you're a florist, okay? Right. So now you're going to try putting your street address. And bearing in mind, this is in a video and I can blur this out if you want, but equally it's also in a video so people can buy flowers from you. You can choose. And this will then add your address to Google Maps as a business. So this is how we go, hey, magic word, and I won't say it because Google's always in the background in this house. Show me blah, blah, blah. Yeah.
Okay. So the address is in. Next.
Yeah. Hit next. Is this your business? Oh, got some competitors who've already set it up. No, none of those. But watch out, we're coming. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Now add a contact number, your business number, whatever number you use for people to call you and make some flower purchases.
All
Perfect.
right.
Right. So here we go. So now when you do this, you're going to be on the map, which we talked about, right? And you'll be on the speaker eventually. You will also be able to collect reviews and importantly, respond to them. And you'll be able to update. So you'll be able to post the beautiful pictures of the latest wedding or those gorgeous pictures from that baby shower this weekend and write a little like you would on Facebook or Instagram. So for you, do you feel like you want more tips and emails from Google? The only advantage, I think, to having occasional marketing emails from them about this is a little prompt to go back and update your profile and add some latest photos and things. That's what I think is good about it. So
Right.
have a think because you just got to choose. So tips and how to improve. I would usually say yes, because it's like a little nudge to go, oh, Tanya, don't forget to add some updates over here. But invitations, maybe not. I don't know. Do you want surveys and pilots?
No.
Are you that
Can
kind of
I ask you
gal?
just to go back and explain that bit about, your example of me going on and sharing pictures of the baby shower and, a little blurb about it.
Yeah.
How's that all involved?
All right. So if you go to a new tab in your browser, type as Selena Woodward Consulting instead. Try adding my business name.
Adelaide.
Yeah, sure. There you go. See that thing on the
Yeah.
right that's popped up? So that is my business
Oh,
profile.
this.
That is Google My Business, right? So if you
I
scroll
see.
down
Yes.
now, if you scroll down, can you see at the bottom, I've got latest updates. So a little bit like
Ah,
Facebook or something like that. You can post,
Instagram
yeah,
feed sort of thing.
that look like a little feed that you update every now and then. So this will get
Yeah.
updated by you. So if you ignore it, Google will start to think you're not all that active. So every now and then, just pop something in
hmm
there. It doesn't have to be anywhere near as much as you do on Facebook or Insta, but it is wise to add in there. And if you scroll up
Yeah.
again, you'll see that there's the reviews. There's also a space for Q&A, which means that people can, like you can message me right now and go, hey, Selena, do you do coaching online as well as face to face? I could answer
Yeah.
that, and that Q&A will then sit there for the next person to see. So it starts to help
hmm
you deal with objections from clients as well. So like, do you do wedding florals? Yes or no? And it will just be there and it will start to build. It also does
Okay.
we'll add your opening and closing time so you can see that's what it looks like, yeah? And your link to your website, and you could call me.
hmm
You've given it all the information. And that's what it uses when
Okay.
it does Google Maps as well. Cool, huh?
Okay.
All
Oh,
right,
that's
so go
awesome. All
back.
right. So as part of this
Yeah,
we'll go back. Yep.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Thank you.
No worries. That's all good. And then
Now I
click
have the big
continue.
picture.
Yeah, no, that's good. You hadn't listened to the podcast yet because it hasn't gone out yet. So that's what's missing.
No. Uh-oh.
Okay. So this is the fun part. Now, this can take a little bit of time. Oh, or not. You've already verified because we've been messing about. I love that. Good. All right. So you've been verified. Tick. So you can click next. So now you can start replying to reviews, turning on all sorts of things. So this is where you can add your business hours if you want to. So, when you're
Mhm.
on Google Maps and you say, I want a coffee, and it says
Ah,
closed or open. So you can
yeah.
put in some standard business hours and you can make it
So do I,
24/7 or whatever. When do you open and close the pop-up?
yeah. 9 a.m. till 6
Okay, everybody, you can get some beautiful fresh flowers, 9 a.m. till 6 in Aberfoyle
p.m.
Park.
So,
Yeah, there
oh
we
gosh,
go.
is that I'm going to have to do that every time?
I know it's annoying, isn't it?
9
Yes. I'm sorry,
till
everybody,
6.
but
All
yes.
right. I'll use the keypad. It'll be a little bit quick. Okay, next.
Next. Right. So this is your business description. So this is
Mhm.
probably, I'm hoping you've done this piece, but if you haven't, we can do it together. I don't mind. What would you say about your business that would help people connect with you? So what would come up? You've got
Oh
750
well,
characters.
Oh, okay, that's a lot.
As this video is about how to set up Google My Business, I've fast forwarded this bit. But if you want to watch me coach Tania live through using StoryBrand to create the ultimate Google My Business description, click up here. Yeah, happy with that? Now look, nothing is
Yes, I
perfect
am.
ever, and we can edit it and play with it, but it's out there now and it's got everything that you said in a paragraph
Yeah, and
in
look at
under
that. There's
7.
only 25 words less left. So we've almost maximized the opportunity here.
Excellent.
Parties should be that. Just doing a little correction, couple of corrections.
Yeah, you go
Yeah.
for it. And
Okay.
those of you watching this, what we're doing here is we're using StoryBrand framework very roughly, because I would normally spend a bit more time on it. But Tania's worked with me lots of times on StoryBrand, so I was quite naughty. And I asked her some key questions to get to the heart of the character who is searching for this so that they can go, oh, yes, she gets me. And they can make sure that they are the right customer for Tania, right? Because there's loads of florists, but there's no florist like Tania. So we want to make sure that everybody sees Tania for all of the beautiful intention that she has in this business. Do you feel like we've got close to that, Tania, here?
Yes. And what I want to say is from the user end of things is that for me, trying to ask those questions, find the answers, and then put them back into words on a screen is challenging. And that's why it's useful to such a benefit to have you. You might have noticed I took my eyes off the screen when you were asking me the questions, and I'm basically gazing out the window.
Of course
And
you
that's
should
where
be,
I was
yeah.
able to tap into the heart of
Channel
it.
in. Yeah,
Yep.
absolutely.
Tapping into the
Yeah.
heart of it. And then I could just tell you, and you're describing down the keywords, and then you are able to give it back to me. So that's beautiful.
Yeah,
Thank you.
that's what I love doing. Woohoo, it's good fun. You're welcome. All right,
Oh,
are you
you're
ready
so
to
good at it.
press it?
All
Thank
right,
you.
next. Let's go next.
Let's go next. Okay. Right, beautiful. Oh, I'm excited because you love your pictures of your flowers. So now you get, you know, that bit with, and at the top of it, it had a
Yeah.
picture. I don't have many pictures of me coaching people yet. We'll see. So like I had a picture of my map, which was not very exciting, but you can add some pictures of your beautiful bunches, a picture of your pop-up store. So what would you add here? Remembering that pictures tell stories 1,000 words. So you want to choose photos that reflect what we just said in that description. So, you know, all these beautiful pictures of your pop-up shop, of the beautiful brides with their gorgeous photos, of the baby shower you just did.
I probably don't have any good pop-up shop ones, but I'd certainly have some nice wedding ones.
Well, later when you go
I'll just
back
have
to your Instagram reels, you can add videos. So you could do a little intro to your pop-up shop video for a reel, and then chuck that in here as well, so people can see what they get when they walk up the driveway. Give you some inspiration. But yeah, add some of these beautiful wedding photos that you have permission to use. I know that you've done that. Otherwise, that's really important. Please don't put up pictures that are not yours or that you don't have permission to use. That could cause you some trouble in the future. Look at these beautiful bouquets. Fabulous.
Yeah.
And by the way, these flowers back here, those are from the seasonal bunch. You may notice that they are native, eco-friendly floristry,
They are.
not forestry. Yes. So yes, I love them. Saw at the bottom. Gorgeous.
Okay. Oh, well, this would be great. I can always come back in and edit, but you know,
You
I could go
can.
nuts here.
Maybe like, have you got a picture of just a bouquet somewhere?
A bunch, yes.
Like, or a bucket of a bunch? You do your
Yep,
Mother's
yep,
Day
yep,
one.
yep.
Yeah, there'll be loads in there. Yeah, do
Let's do
those
this.
kind of things
Oh,
as
with a
well.
price or not?
No, they don't have to have
Probably
a
best
price.
not to, in case the prices change.
Very good thought. Yes. All right. And obviously, Tanya can come back and add as many pictures as she likes later. Google's happy to eat
There's no limit?
You can just add them to your news feed as well for this. But yeah, no, you just can come in here and you can remove them. You can see if you've made a mistake, you just hit the dustbin. Remember, whenever you share a picture, to be really like, it would be great to have the name of your business in the name of the photo, and florals or wedding florals, seasonal bunch 1, you know, and that would be the case whether you put them on your website or not. So Google's now trying to tempt you with $600 of advertising credit. My advice would be to skip this at this point, unless you know what you're doing. Because when you're ready, you can claim that credit later. Yeah, it's a big skip for now. So now it's going to offer you a domain for your website. So if you don't have a
Oh,
website, you can explore that. But Tania's good, so she doesn't need to do that
yeah.
either. This is Google's doing its upsell. All right, so so now it's saying your edits will be visible once you're verified. So Google's now going to go and use its magic algorithm to make sure that you are not being naughty and that the pictures you've uploaded are not naughty. It's just going to do a little check, and that can take a little bit of time, an hour or two. And you just hit continue now and give it permission to do that. And that's it. You're done. Look, it's starting to build it for you.
Okay.
At the moment, only you can see this. Once it's verified, this will be public. So at the moment, you can see if you scroll, it's not put your pictures in yet, where it says add photos. It's literally just showing a
Yes.
map, which is how it will appear
Yes.
in Google Maps. You can see it's got your
Mm-hmm.
address, it's got your opening hours, your phone number. It doesn't have, so if you go add website where it says add missing information, can you see it's for some reason didn't pick up your website?
Oh, yeah.
There. Yeah, add your website. I don't know why it didn't pick that up. So it's always worth just going over and reviewing what it's got. And you can put your website in there. So that wasn't too painful, was it? It's good.
It really wasn't. And I'm not sure what happened last time.
Yeah, because Tania tried to do this and she's
Um,
like, oh, it's gone wrong. Now, can you also see
uh,
now we've gone add more information? You can now add your social profiles. Can you see that? In a minute, you can
yeah,
add your
okay.
Facebook, you can add your Instagram, and I would definitely do all of this. So this is like just dipping a little bit further. Um,
Okay.
every edit you make will be pending because Google will check it and then it will release it, if that
Mm-hmm.
makes sense. So yeah, add your socials.
And it
There
said to
she
do
is.
the URL there. So,
Yes, that's right. And
yeah.
adding your link and adding your socials is a backlink back to your website, which gets you extra points with Google. This will now mean that, you know, when you Google search and it does it by your location. So now when someone
Yeah.
types in florist, it will bring you to the top because you are local to them. So it's therefore more relevant to them. It's just why it's really important because we could see some competitors, some other people doing flowers nearby that it was going, are you these
Mm,
people? And making
mm,
sure. So yeah.
mm-hmm.
Now, can you see where it says menu link? When you've
Yep.
got your online flowers, you would link to your
Yes.
online menu. So if you were a
Right.
restaurant, that would be where you chuck your menu in. If you're a counselor or you have services, that might be where you chuck a link to your services. As a florist,
Mm-hmm.
chuck your link to your flowers when you've got that sorted in there. So that's a
Mm-hmm.
call to
Mm-hmm.
action that will appear underneath your name. So it'll say menu,
Yep.
and you can click
Mm-hmm.
on that and go to your flower menu. Yeah.
Um, awesome. Do you think anywhere, given my circumstances, that it's a self-serve pop-up
Mm-hmm.
shop here, that they won't be
Yeah.
expecting a customer? Sorry. Do you think I need to have that anywhere written?
You can put that in. You could visit my self-service pop-up shop. You could just edit the description.
Okay.
So if you hit the
Okay.
pen, visit my
Okay.
self-service. Some people might like that. They don't have to talk to anyone.
Yeah. Yeah, well,
Some
they
people like
do
that.
actually.
Sad but true.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Um,
Oh, try again
opening
later. It
date, will I
may
add that?
be,
Oh,
you can if you want
mhm.
to. Yeah. You could put as much as you like in there or as little as you like in there. It might
I see.
celebrate your birthday with you. Now, if it's saying things like, I can't save the edit, try again later, it's because it's checking everything and it doesn't want you to edit it just yet. So you might want to wait until it's finished and then you can go back in and do an edit. We're just asking too much
Okay.
of it. It's very me.
Mm,
I expect everything to happen
okay.
immediately, as you know.
Hasn't got
When I
Selena's
press
brain.
it, when the computer says go, I expect it to know. Okay, how does that feel? That's
All right.
exciting.
Amazing. Now, oh, do I want to know? I don't want to discard any changes. Cancel.
So
What did I
cancel,
do?
go to the bottom and
I
see,
just
hit
done
save.
save.
There you
Yeah.
go. Save.
Okay.
And then you
Oh,
can press the
why is that all
cross at the
crossed off?
top because it's basically got rid of what you said before. And because you've made one change, retyped it all again as the change. So you've got a history of what's changed.
That's cool.
Yeah.
All right. So now my question
Perfect.
will be, if
Mm-hmm.
I have a client that I'd like to seek a review from, do you
Mm-hmm.
want to talk about that now?
Oh, I do. Please scroll to the top of that URL that you're in now. Scroll up. Right. Can you see where it
Yeah.
says your business on Google?
Yes.
Now, all of these buttons were not there before because when you were logged in as the seasonal bunch in Google, you hadn't done this step. But now you've got all of these tools that you didn't have before. Okay. So you can see read reviews there. You can see
Yes.
messages, photos, performance, advertise, my products, pickup and delivery. All of this is using Google's stuff. So the idea of Google My Business is to connect your business to theirs so that they can share you. So if you were to click read reviews, don't right now, it will show you any review that anyone has made, and then you can reply. But can you see a button that says ask for a review?
Yes.
Click that. There's the
Okay.
link. So you just send that. So what I
Yeah.
do as an essential action in my business is whenever I have a client finish a service with me, I send an email that has that link in it and I request a review. So how could you build that into your business? When would you ask for a review?
Oh, most certainly. So for example, a wedding client,
Mm-hmm.
it's a little bit tricky. I usually, through conversations that I've got to know the bride to be, I'll usually find out what their plans are post wedding, AKA honeymoon.
Yes. Yes.
So I normally try to find that sweet spot between giving them grace and space to really be in the moment of their wedding and their honeymoon,
Hmm.
but also to trying to find them when they're still in the emotion of it
I'm just
to
imagining
ask for a
someone
review.
standing there at the wedding going, do you like those flowers? Do you like to review them right now? No. Can you imagine? Oh, yes, that's a very good point. It's always good to
Yes. So
pick the right moment.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I it's usually about 2 weeks. I've got a prompt in part of my processes is to send them an email of thank you and ask for a review. And I actually also offer them a voucher um, in exchange for a testimonial because
Nice.
I just think how lovely it would be for their first anniversary if their husband was to buy them a bunch of flowers that replicated their bouquet.
Oh, I like that. That's good. Oh, shivers.
Yeah.
Yes, I like that. I'd love
Yeah.
that.
So,
You would do a much better job than the person who did my flowers as well. I'm going to suggest that to my husband.
yeah, so I've just a bit of a incentive, I guess, to invite that testimonial and photographs because to get
Yes.
copies of their professional photographs is like pure gold to me.
Absolutely.
Um,
I keep saying she's got
because
like a professional photographer taking brand shots every weekend. I love it. And those
yeah.
again would once you receive those, that's when you can do an update and you can add an
Mm,
update. Look at these beautiful flowers. Thank you to bride blah and groom blah for sharing these
yeah,
beautiful pictures. Look at these gorgeous flowers. What do you think? If you're looking for this, contact me.
yeah,
Absolutely. So that URL, you can come to anytime, but you can copy that and you can put that in your
yeah.
process document. So you use that same URL every time you ask for a review. All right. And then Google will email you, but they will email you at that Gmail address that you've used and let you know when
Mm,
someone has written a review. And as soon as that's happened, you can hit read reviews and you can reply, which is a beautiful thing to do because again, it sends a signal that you are focused on your business, that your business is active, that you have good rapport with your customers. And when everyone looks at the reviews, right? We always go, oh, we want someone with good reviews. It adds that authority and that kudos. So it doesn't take very long to ask for the review. You
mm,
might have to chase the review if you don't get the timing right, as Tania was saying, but it is really, really important and a great way of just building rapport and authority. Yeah. So if you
mhm,
click the
mhm,
cross out of that one, and there's one more thing that I'll just show you. So you see where it says
mhm.
add update?
Yeah,
Yeah, if you click on that, this is where
yeah.
you can add an update, an offer, or an event. So I know, for example, you might be doing Mother's Day or Father's Day or something like that. That could
Mhm,
be an event or it could be an update or an offer. It could be any of those things. But for an
mhm,
update,
yeah.
those beautiful pictures that you shared on your Instagram this weekend of the baby shower, chuck that in the update. Every now and then, add a wedding, add some pictures of the forecourt of your pop-up shop as an update, and that will appear in the bottom, and that will just build the story of what you do and the difference that you make and make it easier for people to understand why they should come work
Amazing.
with you. Yeah.
The question is, does it have to be still photos or can it be little videos?
No, you can do little videos as well. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
I know you love your little stories. Yeah. So if you've
Oh,
already
yeah.
got content, well, if you've already got content, that's a great question. You've already got content. We do not want to be like adding things to the list. You're doing it already. It's just maybe add it to your process every now and then. You don't want to post to this like Instagram every day or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
but like once a
Mm-hmm.
month, or even when you do the books and you're like, I need to celebrate this quarter or this month. Let me find my favorite pieces and add them to Google as part of the celebration of woohoo, like
Mm-hmm.
add it to your process so that it doesn't go dead. Because the more
Yeah.
active you are, the more Google wants to share you because it sees you as
Yeah.
an active, important thing.
Mm-hmm. Love that.
Mm.
And I have another question around seeking the testimonial or the review.
Yeah.
Would you offer any guidance in how, basically what you'd like them to say? Or,
Yes.
for me, I'm thinking when I ask for a review, I'd love them to mention how that, for example, a wedding customer, I'd love her to reflect on her experience, the whole experience. So how she felt
Mm-hmm.
about dealing with me from the beginning.
Yeah.
And so the process to getting to that point, and then I guess receiving and how she felt about the blooms in the end and the bouquets, etc., or the whole wedding florals, how she felt about it. Um, I get a lot of when I do the hand over the flowers or the bouquets. You get the wow expression, or they're so amazing, and you get those little snippets. But yeah, it'd be useful to know some guide. Is it right to ask some guiding questions?
It's
Mm.
absolutely very wise because otherwise you'll end up with a bunch of reviews that said, great, 5 stars. And as much as that adds, it's not terrible. It's better than none. And it adds some authority. There is something really powerful about getting testimonials and reviews that reflect the story back to that new bride or that new person doing the baby shower or that new person at the dinner party. If they're reading someone talking about the thing that they want and saying it was awesome, then that's going to have a much bigger impact than great, 5 stars. So I actually have practiced that a lot, and I ask specific questions in the email that I send. I say it would be great if you could reflect on these things in your
Yeah.
review. So I tend to
Mhm.
go with the coaching approach of how are you feeling before you work with me? What was your biggest problem? Um, how did you find working with me, and what was the difference? Because for my
Mhm.
business, my business is about transforming somebody's energy, experience, expertise, and giving them direction. Your business wouldn't use those questions. So I'm sharing that
No.
because it is going to be a process of reflection. And when you were
Mm.
talking, I wrote down, you want them to talk about the experience dealing with you in the consultation phase. You want them to talk about the process they went through with you. You want them to talk about the moment they held those flowers in their hand for the first time and the emotions that gave. You probably want them to talk about the reaction that other people had to those flowers and what they're going to do with them now. Like have they dried them and they're going to keep them forever, And so, yeah, there is absolutely no harm in just taking a moment to reflect on your story brand, what it is that you said you do, and asking them questions that will help them to reflect that back to your customers. It's really, really
Yeah.
wise, actually. So it's a
Yes.
great
Yeah.
question. That might be another
Yeah.
podcast episode, hey?
Yeah. I think that's a very good podcast episode.
Let us know if you want us to do me to do an episode on how to get a great review. Because otherwise you do just end up with lovely, nice flowers. And that's great,
Yes.
but that's not the same as, oh my gosh, Tania, working with you was so easy. You understood. I didn't really know what I wanted, but you did somehow. Like that's
Yeah.
and it
Yeah.
was perfect.
Yes.
It's a very different vibe, right? And the whole game that we
100%.
play as a heart-led business person wants to lead from that place of heart openness. So if we can get testimonials
Hmm.
that come from that joy and from that space, that of course is going to be more powerful than thumbs up.
Yeah. That's beautiful. That's so beautiful. Yeah.
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 Awesome.
Nice.
Okay,
Yay.
so there you are. You now
Wow.
have Google My Business. Who knew?
So now I can ask for Google reviews. Just send a link and look real profesh.
Yeah, look real profesh. You are real profesh. And continue. You're up leveling your profesh.
Question.
Google just knows that you are a professional. So yeah, and then of course, feel free, once you're all verified, it will start to appear publicly. In the meantime, you can edit this and play with it. But as you grow your business and you start doing your online flowers, you can start messing with these buttons that we showed you at the top, adding your products and adding pickup and delivery things in there and go crazy with it. Or you can just leave it as a Google review map engine, and that'll do nicely. Just make sure you come back and feed your little Google review guy every now and then with replies to your reviews and with some updates so that it knows you're still alive. Hello, Google. It's like that.
I love that. Now I have one more question, and that is there any, I guess there is a point, but is there a place that you would place your link for people to see your Google reviews on your website? Like, is there some,
Yeah.
yeah,
So
is that a
depending
thing?
on what website tool you're using, there are widgets you can put on that will just display your Google reviews. Or
Oh,
personally, if we're talking about reviews, I like to format reviews in a very specific way on a website to draw
okay.
attention to
Yeah.
particular brand script elements. So I would
Yes.
probably, best case scenario, I would take the copy from the Google review and I would mimic and copy the star rating so it looks like Google review, but I would use
Mm-hmm.
bold and underline and colors and things like that to accentuate
Mm-hmm.
particular words. So it's
Okay.
totally up to you. I know on your website you've done that already. You've got your reviews down the bottom down there. And again, I
Yeah.
would look at the formatting of that. And if you can contact each one of these people and ask them to just repeat what they put there into Google reviews, awesome. Businesses that
Mm-hmm.
have 100+ reviews get special treatment by Google. So the goal is to try and get 100
Mm-hmm.
reviews. That's when you get to
Wow.
eat a really big cake all to yourself.
Yeah.
Well, that's what
Oh,
I
that's
do
cool.
anyway.
That's actually really good to know. I wasn't aware, but you're quite right. It needs to be to your benefit, what's on your website, doesn't it? That's your shop
Yeah.
front.
Yeah, well, it's to the
Yeah.
benefit of your customers too. And this is really important part of what you do is this is part of your authority. This is part of proving that you do what you say you do, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't actually have to just use Google's formatting for that at all. But yeah,
Mm-hmm.
the Google will deal with that. That will be a way that Google goes, well, this person's got more reviews and they're more active, so they're obviously will give you them first. They're more relevant. It's like the old
Mm-hmm.
newsworthy thing in media studies. Are you newsworthy or have you gone quiet? In which case, maybe you're not newsworthy. So yeah,
Yeah.
the Google reviews, your customers are making you newsworthy, and the events
Mm-hmm.
you're making you newsworthy. Yeah,
Yeah.
awesome. Oh,
Another
I'm excited to
question.
see what happens. Oh,
Um,
yes, go on.
Another question is, so from the user's end, if I send someone this link and ask them to write me a review on Google, do they have to have a Google account or a Gmail account to do that?
It will ask them to log in to their Google account. Yes.
Right.
Most people have one. And if they don't, I'm not sure, what happens. I can experiment. Um,
Mm.
if you want to, you can put the URL into the chat of this Zoom and I'll show you. All right. So this is what it looks like when it asks me to do a Google review. So it's brought up your Google My Business page. You can see that. And I'm already logged in as Selena Woodward
Yeah.
Consulting. And so this
Yeah.
is easy because I'm already logged in. If I wasn't logged in, then when I click that link, it would prompt me to log in. And I can give you a review and star rate, and I just hit post. And you can see here that
Yeah.
I can also add photos and I can also add videos. So your clients can add photos of their bouquets, can add videos going, oh my God, if they want to.
Oh,
That is totally okay as well. All right. So you can even ask for that. You
uh,
can say, if you want to, if you don't
yeah.
want to write anything, just leave me a video testimonial. They're great for your website. Show me
Yeah.
your reels of your wedding day featuring my flowers,
Yeah.
whatever
Wow.
it is, like grab those. And yeah, I won't do it now, but that's what
No,
that
no,
looks
no.
like. And if someone comes to your, let me just discard this. If someone comes to your Google My Business page, and this is what I can see at the moment, you can see it's not verified, everything. Your pictures aren't there yet and everything, but you're on Google Maps as a florist. And I can send you to my phone and follow my directions on my phone, and I can evaluate how many times I've been to your floristry with my maps activity. But I can
Oh,
also write a review and I can ask you a question. So I can ask a
Hmm.
question like, "Hey, Tania, do you do weddings?" All right. I don't know.
Hmm.
This is right. A ridiculous
Yep.
question because you've said it already, but that's okay. That's all right. Now that question will appear. You'll get an email saying someone's asked a question. Would you like to answer it? But your
Hmm.
customers who have also tagged themselves will also receive that question and they can answer it as well. So your customers can go,
Oh.
"Oh, yes, she does weddings. Oh my goodness, have you seen the book?" So, this is the difference. It's a communal kind of response too. My husband loves answering questions about restaurants that come up and going, "Oh yeah, their bacon
Oh.
burger's amazing." Like it's, and when it's not coming from you, it's even more powerful, if that makes sense.
Oh,
Yeah,
absolutely. Um, Thought of another question and I lost it.
it's all right. Sorry.
No, that's okay. No, all good.
It'll come to you when we hang
What's I'm
up.
thinking? Yeah, probably.
Huh?
Yay!
She can't speak. What?
I'm on the map.
You are. You are. Is that what you
Oh my
just
goodness.
noticed? Is that what it was? I love that.
I've just noticed I'm on the map.
Next time someone's coming over for a coffee, you can just say, "Just ask Google for the seasonal bunch. You'll find me."
Oh my goodness. Yes, it was quite a good question too. Bugger it.
It's okay.
Something about the Google thing. I know. So why is all of this for free?
Ah, good question. So nothing is for free, my friend.
Mhm.
So when something is
Oh, I
for
just got a
free,
notification. Google Maps. What's it going to tell me on my phone? It's just come up. Google Maps. Let's see. What's it going to tell me? It's come up with a question. So
has
you've
it? Is
asked on
it,
the
do you
Google
do
Map,
weddings?
do you do weddings?
There you go. It's working. I love
Oh
that.
my gosh.
Everyone's going to come
Wow.
and ask you
Oh,
questions now just to check it. You'll be like, "Yes, okay, I've had a million questions. Leave me alone." I love it.
and would that be the time when I would copy in the link to my inquiry form
Maybe you
or
could
send them to
include
the
that and say,
website?
"Absolutely, I do weddings. Come and have a look at my wedding gallery at this page. And if you've got any
Yeah.
questions, fill in this inquiry form." Yeah,
Okay, cool. Yeah. Yep.
definitely.
Great.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So we're kind of
Ooh.
in that way, this becomes a part of your sales funnel too. It's another channel
Yeah.
into that
Mm.
sales funnel.
Hmm.
See, it's really
Back to the
powerful, isn't
question
it? And
about
it didn't take long.
not being free.
Yeah,
What's that
so look,
about?
Google makes its money through advertising and it makes its money through data. So it's making this all free because it's going to make money in other ways. So it's hoping you're going to spend that $600 voucher plus and spend your money on SEO and advertising. But whenever something is free, you have to know that they're a business and they're making money somewhere. You need to be aware that whenever you do something for free, like Facebook marketing, Instagram, which is Facebook, they're all the same and they're all trying to make money from advertising. It is something you could explore. You could have a look at the terms and conditions of using Google My Business. I mean, like I was saying in the podcast episode, it does make a significant impact. So the stats were something like 70% increase in people doing calls to action, particularly once you've got your reviews going and you've got all of that authority happening. So, and obviously, of
Mm.
course, now you're going to rank higher when somebody types flowers in my area. I want some wedding flowers. It's going to know where you are now. It's got your address. So it's going to be able to target you to them. So Google makes
Mm.
its money through advertising, really. That's its main business, really. Its main revenue is advertising. So it's going to start asking you to spend for advertising. It's going to keep sending you emails about that, which is annoying, but you don't have to say yes until you're ready. But yeah, no, it is free because they're making money elsewhere. And then you have to
Yep.
decide if ethically that's cool with you.
Hmm.
I personally think that's fine. I think everybody uses Google for free all the time. Google's model has always been about access to search engines to start with. It was a directory and it's grown over time. People who use Google Drive and they all know that they might be getting that for free, but the data's going somewhere and things are going on with Google. But if it's something you're
Mm.
concerned about, then terms and conditions are always your boring best friend when
Yes.
it comes to that stuff.
Yeah.
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 Great. Wow. Very enlightening and very productive. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're done. That was on your admin list for today, wasn't it? So I know that feels good. And you've done it.
No.
There you are. You is on the map now. You just got to wait for Google to
I'm on the
approve all your
map.
pictures. And there she is.
Yeah, that's great. And it seems like
Awesome.
it looks like the pin is even in the right spot in my carport.
Well, it knows your address to the T, so absolutely. So there you go, and you close at 6 p.m. So if you're watching this, you might have time to drive there. Have a look, click on the button and see how long it's going to take you to get to Tania to get some beautiful flowers.
That's so cool.